Hello, welcome to today's lesson. Have you ever given this a thought? How long it takes for you to have breakfast on days when you're running late to school or to work? Or days you do not have to go to work or to school? How long does it take you to have your shower? Well, for me, on days when I have to run off to work, running late, I spend about 5 minutes gulping down my breakfast, no matter how smoking hot it is. You want to know why? If I don't do that, that means I'll lose breakfast for that day and only make do with lunch and dinner, which I do not want for my body. You might say, didn't you wake up early enough? Of course, I do most of the days. But on some particular days, no, my body wouldn't even obey me to get up on time. But for days when I do not have to run off to work, I take my time to shower, let's say about 30 minutes. On those particular days, I take my time to scrub parts that have been neglected for days. Yes, that's it. That brings us anyway to today's topic, which is estimation. Estimation in mathematics simply means approximating values or predicting values rather than the actual answers. You see, earlier on I said about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes means means a little less or a little more than 5 minutes. A little less, let's say 3, 4, and a little more, let's say 6 minutes. But then for me, I dare not take about up to 6 minutes to have breakfast on busy days. Then for about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes also means a little less or a little more than 30 minutes. So I just approximate to 30 minutes. Little less could be 26 minutes, 27, 28, 29 minutes. And a little more could be about, let's say 31, 32 or 33 minutes. Now, that leads us to this. In mathematics, when you are estimating a number, consider the last digit preceding the value you are estimating to. For example, now, first of all, in maths, when you're estimating, if the last digit ends in 1, 2, 3, or 4, it is rounded off to 0. While if the last digit ends in 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, these digits are rounded up to 1 and then added to the preceding digits to give your estimated value. Now, what am I saying in particular? Let's say we have to estimate 261 to the nearest 10, tens. Now, do not forget your place value. The number for 261, the digit 1, its place value is unit. The digit 6, its place value is tens. And since you are estimating to the nearest tens, you are first of all going to work on your 1. And then the value of 1 in estimation is automatically rounded off to 0 and then added to this 6. 0 plus 6 still remains 6. So to the nearest 10, 261 gives you 260. Now, if we are to round 261, send 261 to the nearest 100. Now, still reminding or running through your place value, the value for 1 is unit, that of 6 is tens, and that of 2 is 100. Since you're running up to the nearest 100, you are working on 6 and 2 because 6 precedes the digits that holds the value for 100. Now, 6, according to mathematics, you run it up to 1 and then add it to 2, which gives you 3, and then you are left with 0 and 0 to the nearest, because we're running up to the nearest 100. Quickly work on this to see. Let me see if you are actually following me. Yes, write this down in your exercise notes. Write to the nearest 10. 112. Yes, write it down and work on your own. Continue. That's for number 1. Number 2, write to the nearest 100. 112. Yes, you're doing this on your own. I'm giving you 60 seconds. Starts now. Okay. Okay, almost 60 seconds. Okay. Pens. Getting ready. Pens down. Now let's solve together collectively. Okay. Now rounding 112 to the nearest 10. The nearest 10, running through your place value, you are working on the last digit 2, which holds the place value of units, and the digit preceding it 1, which holds the place value of tens. So these two will round off to 0 and then added to this 1. So 1 plus 0 still remains 1. So to the nearest 10, we have 110. Now, the next one, you are rounding to the nearest 100. This, running through your place value again, this, the digit 2 holds the place value for units. This, the one that precedes it, digit 1 that precedes it holds the value for tens, and the one that precedes that one holds the value for 100. Now, this one, which holds the value for tens, you have to run, since 1 will be rounded off to 0, you run it off to 0 and add to the preceding digit, which is 1. 1 plus 0 is still 1. So you have to the nearest 100 is 100. Now, for your other text, let me give you, for your other text to work on at home, you're going to draw number lines. Home task number 1, you draw number lines. The first one in sequence of tens. Then you draw another number lines, the second one, line 2, in sequence of hundreds. For each number line, you should have at least 10 digits. The first number line, line 1, it should be in sequence of tens. Then the next line should be in sequence of hundreds. Then another home task, you write or you look up the dictionary meaning of estimate. And then another one you'll be working on at home will be write to the nearest 100. The numbers 169 and the numbers 109 to the nearest 100. Okay, see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.